of your grandchildren, violating the peaceful laws in your land, Mama. The laws you made to protect each and every child in your land, Mama. Oh, Mama Salone, listening to the cry of your children. Our leaders and elders have destroyed the roots of your trees that covers the blessings of your children, Mama. We have lost hope, trust, confidence, and patience from our leaders and elders. Mama, we celebrated your 16th independent anniversary with pains, tears, anger, and hardship. What have wrong with our natural resources, Mama? Mama, your nation is crying. Have you think about this, Mama? As a 60-year-old woman, your tradition and cultures that helps to modify peace, love, unity among your children have been buried. Mama, why? Health facility, infrastructural development is still a problem for you, Mama. Listen to the cry of your generation. Your land have full of wickedness, hatred, tribalism and regionalism. The cake you prepare for us on your natal day was lack of merriment, passion, commitment, and aspiration. Your land have lacked freedom of speech, movement, and expression. Foreigners have overcome your land and treat your bona fide children as slaves. Mama, why the rules of law is only meant for the rich and not for the poor? Mama, your land has full of tears. Calamities has fallen on your land day by day. People lost their lives during Ebola, landslide, land flooding, and during this pandemic. Above all, Mama, look at the fire disaster at Wellington. What hope do we have for the future generation, Mama?
Okay, thank you.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, come in, 1 minute. Good day, good morning, good afternoon. And
Hold on.
to all comrades of the APC, both Sierra Leone and in the diaspora. Today, the 24th of April, 2022, and me with the talk to honor today, Mina Comrade Oman Kasu as the host. And with me today, I get the Sweet Bonita, winner the co-host, alongside the technical team, the production team, the management team of
Hello, sir.
wonderful APC online TV platform. We get them also today with the join we on this very important topic. One of them don't join me already, but before I introduce them, I just want to quickly go into some quick briefing of what the topic they're about today, and of course give you a quick rundown of what you would expect for tonight's discussion. Of course, the topic today, now one we get for do with state capture. We can always they talk about na social media. The institutions that are the country obviously don't go under the hands of this ruling government SLPP. But we will go into it in depth when Sweet Bonita don't come live. You don't say hi to comrades them. So if I can ask Sweet Bonita to come live and just say hi to comrades them, and then we can go into the topic proper. Sweet Bonita.
Good evening, comrades. Good evening, Sierra Leone, and good evening, the world. Your co-host, Sweet Bonita, again, as this beautiful month of Ramadan, we're here to make sure that every weekend, week out, we'll be live with you guys on Sunday. Hopefully, as the viewers will continue to share, and make sure you have the notification bell so every time we are live, because again, I think some of you are aware we'll be having a midweek shows, monologues. So if you're live, anytime anyone is live, you'll be notified automatically. So please join us all the time we're live. Good evening all.
Thank you very much, and good evening to you, Sweet Bonita. Hope you're doing very well where you are. And of course, the fans them, Pujang, fans them, Bond, we're all happy to see you again, week in, week out, on this wonderful platform. You're always looking forward to seeing you. With me today, we wonderful guests. We don't join we from the United States. California, I believe say the weather is nice and beautiful out there. We can discuss this very important topic with we. This is no other person but the lawyer Iskandri, Aliyu Iskandri. I believe say na household name na Sierra Leone where people they know quite a lot. They're not plenty at the family, but indeed, where you read the Iskandri, you know say yes, these are small group of family people that we're very strong politically and academically in Sierra Leone. So if I can ask lawyer Iskandri, an attorney of justice, for come live and say hi to comrades them and compatriots. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, and good day to all of you. Mina Aliyu Iskandri. If you excuse me for a moment and give me about 3 minutes, I'm walking up to my office.
Okay.
Where I will have some quietness to be on this program.
Fantastic. That's no problem at all. You've got your time.
Yeah.
While you're walking to your office, I'll ask you a question. By the time I finish, probably you go on settle. The Iskandri, the family, the Iskandri, the name rings a bell. Very, very, very loud one. In politics, back in the days, late 70s, 80s, I think the Istri constituency area. Remember, there is an Iskandri gentleman we've been stand election for parliamentary seats. I think Abdul Iskandri. I think he stand election with people like Eugene Cole, Mr. Wilson, and I think the Molai Bai Kamara, they go to the age of about 90 now, 90 something years old now. We call Pamolai Sidon. So I'm not sure if the Iskandri what they talk about, whether not you or your brother or somebody else we related to you.
Papa.
Now you daddy.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. I remember them days and the way the man himself, Iskandri, been stand election during the time day. Yeah, I think the name was Abdul Iskandri. I'm not quite sure now.
Yeah, Abdul Muttalib Iskandri.
Fantastic. Yeah, that was back in the days in the 80s, early 80s or late mid 80s, I should say. Yeah.
Early 80s.
Early 80s, yes. Okay, fantastic. So this is the name. This is a household name in politics. But today we get a very important topic for discussion also today. And we share the platform with Sweet Bonita, we're not the co-host. We just say hi to comrades just now. And we know say, man, a long-standing legal practitioner, and they speak to the topic, and you don't follow the political trend in Sierra Leone, how things don't run. And we get this topic here, so today we want to discuss with and call the state's capture, by the SLPP government. As we all know, when the SLPP
we lost one for a minute.
Okay, well, not a problem. Just the flow at the moment till you settle. It's a topic we discuss when state capture of the institutions that are in the country. And one of the institutions that were very key to this discussion here today, the judiciary. So the judiciary, of course, we all know when these governments come into power, then appoints, President Bio appoints Francis Charles Magai as the Minister of Justice and Attorney General, Minister of Justice. Shortly after that, we hear Francis Magai come out with some audio. They talk about nobody need they can't tell her waiting for do, and that anybody will get anything for nail anybody with, therefore bring evidence, and that in the compromise your own integrity as a lawyer or a Minister of Justice, or allow anybody for can talk to and for tell her waiting isabi, something like that, some kind of audio will come out. And then we see shortly after that, the Saka. Then I think so that in the appoint one lady we called Priscilla Swartz. It come in, and then the Commission of Inquiry kick in, and during that time the lady insists on the Attorney General, which is supposed to be an independent person. It makes some kind comments them against past government officials them now the APC government during this Commission of Inquiry with them the launcher. And then shortly after that, we begin to see rapid arrests of very key members of the APC opposition party, like people like Paulo Conte, Abu Darami, Comrade Quetta, Abba George Williams, you name them, quite prominent names them, just at the beginning of the COVID-19. So, and we also see quite a lot of threatening messages that come from the government about corruption, about they're going to fight corruption in this Commission of Inquiries and all of that. Everybody will be brought to book and stuff like that. They will use the law, the judiciary will use the law accordingly for make sure say everybody will that if man come, then catch and do what you for do that. So we all see that. But then shortly after that again, we begin to see rampant sacking all over the country, all the institutions, they sack people by their surnames, by their political affiliation, by their regional background, and all of that. We see all the sacking that they happen. Then fast forward, we go into the parliamentary side, we see we then pick 10 out of the members of APC, sack them, pull them, come out illegally na the Parliament, and of course, then take the SLPP members there when they're not elect, then bring them they can replace them. Then we see a threat of the arrest of the former president and Spy Kurma, and then we also see now, fast forward to now, we see a case where they go on right now with Dr. Samura case where they try to deal with na court. Of course, we see the APC party, of course, they the courts, and they use certain members them, going on. We see another release don't come out from Chelno Bar and the Africanist Press, where they talk about 29 judges them that the country where they give allowance system. One of the allowance system where it mentioned now one will get for do with the rent allowance system of 29 judges them will run up to the tunes of millions and millions and millions of leons. So that one day we come to the details of that. And of course, coming back, we can see another disaster back in the area of fake degrees them, where the ACC boss refused for investigates because apparently top officials of the current government are involved in this fake degree, where then they go buy degrees them for make them get this kind of accolade when they call them names them we do not actually deserve. So all of that. Now, what we call state capture, according to the topic, the way we design the topic. Institutions them, they do what they're supposed to do correctly. But we're looking at this today from your side, from the judiciary. And before we come into I'll share one short video with we, and then from there we come into the topic proper.
Who are guaranteed with security of tenure
You see this
under the
one?
Constitution and the statute. You cannot preach peace and you impose a speaker on parliament against the majority party in parliament. We cannot preach peace when it seems like appointments are being done on tribal lines. We cannot preach peace when we are depriving access to justice of the hearing of political cases by opposition or otherwise, and even by the Sierra Leone Bar Association.
Okay. I think we should just leave it there. Now, lawyer Iskandri, Aliyu Iskandri, I can call you Waskale because I can see you post the week in put na social media where you can come, you say, we don't write down, you say Waskale. I like that word day, I don't know what it mean, but I just like them and I thought, you know, if you don't mind, I call you Waskale as just the, camaraderie kind of thing as a compatriot. Yes. So
that's okay. That's what that a lot of people they call me, including an Eskuma.
All right.
So, including Madabio. So
okay.
It's okay.
All right. Okay. That's good. That's good. So you don't listen, you don't watch this short topic, and you don't see how the judiciary don't play into this politics up till now. What that you take on this particular thing as state capture, we don't refer to this topic as.
So first of all, I not get a clear definition of what you mean by state capture. But let me put a spin on my position. What in Basita Michael say now that video day, not different from what I don't say for the past 20 years. In order to have a justice system that works, you have to have judges who have the security of tenure of their job, such that if a judge makes a decision that goes against government, we expect the government will sack him. And number one. Secondly, when you get a tenure or a security of tenure, you're paid for the position you are. You see, we get a system of government where the corruption of the judiciary comes from the executive. The executive, they destroy the judiciary. And it is the executive and the legislature that has to uphold the judiciary. First of all, when you get a judiciary where they make a decision as to who that the voters then vote for, then you get a problem with that. Okay, so the judiciary decide now, Salone say, all the people them where SLP bring election petition against, when our APC people them, then they pull them. Now, whether that was done by a jury, I don't recall. But as far as I recall, I don't think even a jury was involved. It was a decision by the courts. But the courts went one step further and then now appoint other people who are all SLPP to these vacated positions that the court created to be vacated. This is wrong. This violates the principles of democracy.
Okay.
Democracy is one man, one vote.
Yeah.
Now, I am not APC anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I am to sadly to your check.
I get that. Of course, we know say you need APC.
I am.
But the
now,
platform they accommodate people, they want to compatriate them when they talk through to the topic.
I am now the interim leader of the C4C party.
The interim leader of the C4C.
Correct.
You're welcome officially on this platform.
Yes.
C4C. At least you represent C4C and Sierra Leone.
I represent C4C, yes, and Sierra Leone.
Yes.
But let me be clear. When you have judges imposing legislators on the people, it is wrong. This government came into power, and when they came into power, they claim to want to come into power to change things.
Indeed.
Well, now that most government say that they can do.
Yeah.
But what did this government do when they come into power? They make things worse. Never in the history of Sierra Leone have Sierra Leoneans become so apprehensive of whether or not they're going to survive from day to day than under this government. First of all, there is a way that you appoint an anti-corruption commissioner. This government violated that way.
Indeed.
Was that different from the way Ernest Kouma violate the Samsumana issue? No. But when we say they can't change things and follow the law. Secondly, in order to appoint the Speaker of the House, violate the rights of the majority party in Parliament, which is in opposition.
Indeed.
Now, appoint a Speaker of the House, appoint a clerk of Parliament, appoint the Judiciary, appoint members of Parliament illegally. All of these illegalities, when compounded together, create a conundrum, a problem that the next government needs to figure out how to address it. But let me say this, my brother, Owen Castro. The government of Ernest Kouma over 10 years had an opportunity to change these things so that even when they were not in power, they would have created the paradigm, the groundwork for these things not to happen. They did not do it. They failed to do it. So what we are seeing happening now, you understand, is a failure of the government of Ernest Kouma. Now, people like me were saying Ernest Kouma in government bad. But let me tell you something, brother. This government, it's 1,000 times worse than Ernest Kouma in government.
Okay.
1,000 times worse than Ernest Kouma in government.
Okay. So
this government,
this
people like when they come into power, the Sarah when they come for pool na human blood. They go McKinney, then kill people then with impunity. Then go on the Freetown Peninsula Road, then kill people then with impunity. Then go into Pademba Road, then kill over 30 people. 30 innocent people, none of which will get gone for fight back. They just mow them down. This is a human rights violation. It's a human rights crime of infinitesimal. It is a very, very high human rights crime.
Yeah.
You understand? You go in there, you kill over 30 jail man, none of them will get gone. You just mow them down. So I think that when this dust settles, this president, this leader, Bill, must face a United Nations crime for violation of the human rights of the people slaughtered by his government.
Okay, fantastic. You asked the question where you start for say you're not quite sure about the topic where we say how you call them state capture.
State capture of the judiciary.
I share one quick video with you, and then let you tell me, with which you don't say, compounded with which you can read now, if indeed you agree, say yes, indeed, na state capture of the institutions. Then 1 minute. If I can start from this side, plan of bone too much.
When we need to say they affect the people there, not to be whether argument between we and the upper are the same people like we say, but then decide for go their own way. We do we own way. Let we begin to
So
look at the
that-
real issues
that
in
meaning
governance.
for calm. Maybe for me just don't the client say you get other issues them we think say more important.
You don't
There are
care
so
on
many-
several occasions for talk on democratic issues and the living condition of the people. You know, don't care on plenty occasions for can talk on issues we get for do with democracy and also good governance.
Yes, sometimes. Yeah.
Yes, so democracy radio don't always give that platform for talk on that. And internal party politics, we think say that issues worthy of discussion. So no mean say that this democracy just focus on and this now we only work.
That's telling us something. You have to be very careful what you're doing. I'm telling you, the people are watching us. Not only then they watch political parties, then they watch even una self with the media. Because nobody know they protect them now. Then people they don't capture everything.
Whose people are we talk about?
Who that?
Them way they refer to now, that's them.
The clique where they run this country, they don't capture everything. They don't capture ACC, they don't capture parliament, they don't capture judiciary, they don't capture some CSOs. Now then they try to capture the media itself. I hope so not the inside capture.
Doc, you get evidence of which you
Pascale.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. You don't the state capture business. Now we cannot
Okay, so
drive the topic from.
okay, so let me tell you what I think my esteemed colleague and brother, Dr. Bright, is saying. It is true. These people have controlled all aspects of governance in Sierra Leone at the present time. They have created a tribalistic hegemony, a tribal hegemony that supports nearly almost all of the time people that are Minde. Let me tell you what happened to me not so long ago. I went to Parliament when I was in Freetown to listen to a debate. I parked my vehicle, and as I was coming down, this guy asked me what I can do. I say, this is the people's house, isn't it? No, sir, I just try to find out if you're not SLPP. I say, why does that matter? Why does that matter if we're not SLPP? I said, no, me not to SLPP. Well, no, sir, not because we favor SLPP. Okay, fine, fair enough, you can do that. But not force me for be what you know and be.
Can you imagine that?
You understand?
Yeah.
Yes, it is true. These people have captured the judiciary, and that is why nearly almost everything that goes on in Sierra Leone, that goes through the courts in Sierra Leone presently, are in their favor. Let's look at the things that we don't come up recently. They say, then they give judges them an amount of money for rent. Now, let me ask this question. Many of these judges stay in their own homes, the homes that they built.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
It is wrong for make you give somebody money for rent where it happens in your own house. You understand?
Yeah.
This is corruption. This is corruption.
Even though they may be, let's say, legally entitled to some kind of benefits, but morally it is wrong for somebody to be taking extra amount of money at that magnitude, that kind of size of money, they, as allowance when you're not able to pay other institutions they waste it on. Then people full work every month. Apart from that, then they get all these extra benefits them we commensurate with with the reality of the ground.
Oh yes. Let me tell you. You look at the morality of it. I look at the illegality of it.
Because you're a lawyer.
Listen, when I don't know that there are laws passed through Parliament that say that judges should be given some amount of money for their rent. But like I said, 95% of these people that are judges in Sierra Leone live in the homes that they built themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you, those laws, if any of those exist,
mm-hmm.
was meant for expatriate judges. people will come
from abroad,
from Gambia, Ghana, Nigeria. We not judges the way we import. We not tap na Salone. We need to give them a rent allowance.
Okay. You don't mute for some reason. You don't mute. You don't mute, sir. You don't mute. No, it's Kandri. I'm not sure what's happening.
I think you can unmute him.
Okay. We still know the you. For some reason.
For a minute.
Yes, we hear you now.
Okay, good. So it is wrong for us to have a kind of society where we favor certain professionals, particularly in the law. Let me tell you something. I've always maintained this. If you want to fix Sierra Leone or one castle, fix the judiciary, fix the law, you will fix Sierra Leone very quickly.
Yes. I want for Brinkham, we other guests, we don't join we is no other person, but the branch project coordinator, we na Mr. ABS, Abubakar Kago. Also one of the people already talked to the topic, and they also today don't join we. Mr. Abubakar Kago, if you can come in, please, and say hi to comrades them, and then I will ask you the question. I'm not sure you devised, I think today in a vertical, I think you can put on the landscape for we'll see you properly. Yes, that's okay. Yeah, that's good enough for us. Yes, go ahead, sir.
Okay, good evening, Fambulem. Good morning, good afternoon. Depend who side the way they follow this program in our ABS, commonly called Abubakar Kagbo, the project coordinator, APC UK and I.
Yes.
Thank you for having me, Mr. Coordinator.
Thank you very much, Mr. ABS. Now the common name that everybody sabi you for, and we'll call you ABS. And one for you just because I believe you will listen to waiting we come with the we compatriot with the sages no when a lawyer is country from the United States. Long time you don't serve for so many years. Now man way in family day into politics around the eastern region of some Freetown. We in Dadi been stand for election back in the 80s alongside with Eugene Cole, alongside by Molai, by Kamara, their names the day and stuff like that. So he mentioned say for over 20 years, if we don't talk about this, for make them try to change the system. You know, lawyers them or judges them are appointed by the executive arm of government. If only their positions or their term of office is secured, then they're not going to get them problem there. So this don't amount to state capture. And they say APC had the opportunity for change them, but they're not being able for change them for some reason, whatever the reason was. Now, they don't even assert to win now for say the criticize APC back then. But waiting this government's depend right now is probably about 1,000 times worse than waiting APC we don't do. What would you say about that?
Thank you so much, Comrade and Kasu. And I want to say good evening or good afternoon to my senior comrade. I still they call him senior comrade, even though you don't come at this platform, it's we say in the acting chairman of C4C. And I believe say a day and for purpose, and by God in power, we say a day, na day get for day. You know, they don't get that message day.
Yes.
Day. You know, I believe so. Some senior comedian that I said, like when they say fall sit on top amok, you know, as breeze shake just now. Would the APC flag they shake just now? If they come home, they're gonna but that's by the way.
That's guys, man.
No, they come. I know. So you know, Comrade and Kasu, this is a very serious business, and I'm glad the way we don't get a clear clarification as to what we mean by state capture. It's a very simple thing. The fact that you get a parliament where we see anything when they do, they need to do for the common interest of society. And they do them with a motive for satisfy some inept politicians. Then we just come off from the ashes of the fringe. So this is where we are, and so any law that they make in the country, you know, they for benefit society. It benefits a certain political agenda, and that political agenda it don't even satisfy society either. It satisfies certain people and where they now the corridors of power. So that is what state capture is. And I just want for clarify one thing just now way my comrade talk. Is say all waiting that happens, waiting people that they do, na anescoma, na him actually, na the person. So it's like a cause and effect. But as a lawyer, I think say one thing they say law no get what they call retrospective effects. In other words, if let's say in the big one we don't do something, I want a family because governance that continuity. So if this don't do something, then they can't hold another person for that because you say because Iskandri and Bakar or ABS na family, so the crime way Iskandri commit, so therefore Bakar is for waiting. But I don't know, maybe not a political stand it take. But let me just say this: the fact that he come again and he undo what he says, waiting that I don't do right now is 1,000 times more than waiting and Escoma we don't do. And if we say an Escoma at any point where he suspend the constitution of the country. So, and the institutions of the state, when are very, very, very important catalysts, the way they make people forget to say good governance, they're still there. They're intact. We left them. And also, the APC left the country in a very good footing in terms of the international index. If you talk about human rights, you talk about good governance, you talk about even social cohesion, all of those things were intact. That did not happen. So I think, say, if we therefore actually talk about what's in the happen now, which is for me, a political win, not in a day, you understand, make we find ourselves into this situation. So APC don't get anything. There's no, I know they say because we're APC, somebody need to tell me the correlation between what's in matter they do now. We never kick any MPs in a parliament. Imagine that is a sacrilege to a democratic society, because think about those 10 MPs that wouldn't kick in a parliament illegally. These are people, and people that vote for them. So that means this current government did not even get the respect of the people. And mark you that people in them bring come. So for me, that kind of crime, when people are commit, you're not able for even, I think say the people who they bring very close, that was during the interregnum where the MPRC come and take a legitimate government, then say also and begin do cause mayhem in the country. And that they happen. So to me, the comparison for say an Escoma for don't do everything, it's a political will. You understand? Like where in the so as a big brother, as I say, if something happen, believe me, come in Sidon, it thinks, you know what, this reflects my own value. And let's not forget, the current government campaign on a vanguard of change. That's just what they promised us. They say when we come, they can't try for fix all the mistakes that we APC do. I know they say APC don't make mistakes. I know they sit on that because APC is a constellation of human beings. Not a man and prone for make mistakes. But the mistakes, and I'm glad you when me people don't talk today say, waiting the mistakes that APC do, and today what happen 1,000 folds of what APC do, waiting call. So we are left with an alternative here. The alternative is APC back. You understand? So for say na Anescoma na cause this, I don't see the correlation. It's not there because they said the law they say the rule of law not get what called a retrospective effect. Okay. That's enough.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
One quick second.
Make a come back to the question, right?
One quick second, sir, before you come back to the question.
ABS just mentioned just no say law a prospective, get retrospective effect. No. So in other words, except if there's a particular matter with the law need for go back to, for go address, for deal with, then you go get some kind of retrospective effect, but a prospective. So would you say, Iskandri, that the APC, the SLPP, not for go back, for go deal with some of the things that we APC don't do in the past, if I can understand properly what ABS mean, and just therefore address the issues them where they are in hand right now, because they come with the ticket of change. They say the new direction, they can change the old system. So why do not try to deal with them right now, the one where they get moving forward? So over to you, sir, Laura Iskandri.
So before I get to your question, I'll address one quick thing with my brother ABS say.
Yeah.
Abubakar, the next government cannot be just APC. If it is just APC, they will not win. It has to be a government of the people, by the people, including the APC and all other opposition parties. Because Sierra Leoneans, they don't tire with this two-party hegemony. If it's not the APC, it's the SLPP. If it's not the SLPP, it's the APC. Sierra Leoneans now need people that think outside of the box. Now, let me address the issue what you bring. You see, Owan Castle, when Ernest Kouma took over in 2007, I was a midfield player in the APC.
Okay.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
As people that know me.
Mm-hmm.
When it was almost criminal and sacrilegious to call yourself APC in America, I was one of those people that stood and beat my chest and said, Mina APC.
Okay.
That's what anybody will see.
Okay.
So when I say, when APC had the opportunity to change, when APC came into power, a lot of people that supported the APC prior to it coming into power were ready to provide the intellectual force to make that change for APC.
Like yourself?
Yes, and has failed to utilize that. Instead, he surrounded himself with sycophants, people like Gento. Gento is now SLPP.
Mm-hmm.
A bunch of other SLPP guys that came into APC were immediately given positions in the APC to the exclusion of people that were truly born APC people.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Now, when I say that Ernest had that opportunity to change things, he had the opportunity to change things from the onset. You understand?
Yeah.
And he failed to do that. It is that failure of his opportunity to change things, that's what these guys are exploiting now. You understand?
But did you see that coming though? Did you see what we see now today? Did you see that coming? You know, at least let's say the laws then at Sierra Leone, they, need some amendments for upgrade them to, modern day politics. But with even though we get what we get, and it's going to manage for rural country, they bring cohesion. We all are Sierra Leoneans, we bring certain people, and even though some of us we get the talents, we get the drive, we're not being able to come inside the system. But indeed, he was looking at it from a cohesive kind of like system where we bring all people with talent, we get the knowledge, we get the for let them able to come and play and run the country. For
the
10 years,
word there being talent.
But
the key word there being talent. Look, for example, one of the people that would have been minister under Ernest Kouma, Kai.
Yeah.
Moise Kai.
Yeah.
In order to Moise Kai, before he became minister, would have been postman England.
Mm-hmm.
So waiting postman England get to do with social welfare work. If it was not some kind of a political appointment. So he did it in what in that blind eye fella name, they fetch, they cost themselves, and this, that, and the other. Then what did Moise Kai do? Which is something I wrote an article about.
Okay.
He went to Pujeru and he bought licenses for all these Okada riders. None of these Okada riders being go take a test for show how good they sabi ride, how they sabi the rules of the road, how they sabi traffic. You in England, not so. Mm-hmm. If you ride in England, what you got to do? You got to go through certain rules, right?
Definitely.
You got to go to test, right? So I said to him then, and I was open about it. Look, you're not minister. How can you go get a license for people knowing fully well that Okadas cause the most accidents in Sierra Leone and some of the most dangerous injuries, real bad injuries in Sierra Leone? How you go as minister representing a government? If me not be president, now from that moment there they sack that minister there, because clearly you circumvent the law for get some political appellation. You know, makes sense. And these are things that were done by that government that Ernest didn't stand up for. Now, if Ernest had really had the right brains to deal with the legal issues. These are the legal issues that should have been brought up in Sierra Leone. Number one, never, ever would we have had, if we had had a security of tenure for judges, we would never have had a Supreme Court that gave, say to APC people that were voted for, no, we kick you out because somebody bring an election petition. But what about the election petition then? With the APC being against the SLPP? Today, nobody knows anything about
Thank you. Thank you. These
You
are things
understand?
that we want to discuss also.
What you do? Now, because we get a judiciary, we have up for the antomot from government, from doing the right things for government. If we get a judiciary where we pay very well, we're not able for antomot from government or for government leadership. Trust me, they're going to make the right decisions then. But you know they make the right decisions then because we not get that kind of a judiciary, brother.
Okay, so this is the thing. The judiciary now one of the areas that we really and truly we don't see quite a lot. We see Francis Charles Magai coming. We see people like Priscilla Swartz coming. We see arresting of states members that will be in the previous government. All of that we see the removal of people from parliament through the judiciary. All of these things also happen in our eyes. Now we don't come fast forward to this recent time. We see which they happen, where they get people that the judiciary, where they get some kind huge amount of money. But before I come back to ABS, for Meki can give me a rundown of this one, I want to make Sweet Bonita come live and tell we how the platform they like, because we get people already give comments and the platform will view the show also right now live on Facebook. Over to you, Sweet Bonita.
Yeah, I'm coming. I guess. Apparently, I'd like to say good evening to Matthew Hassan, and we have Daniel Kamara, Aisata Kakai, Elam Zadi, then Abubakar Kamara, Usman Conte, Amadou Fofana, Melvins, all the way from Manchester, Delwyn Thomas. You know, some of the questions that they were asking, for example, was based on this was from Daniel, the killing that took place in Pademba, which we know we had over 100 people in it there were killed illegally. Because what it says on Friday, apparently we marked 2 years of this. Nothing has happened. And you know, also, Delvin also asked, it says, regarding this judiciary, is this something that has happened with all of the other political parties? Because it looks like every time an administration is in governance, the judiciary are being compromised, they're being corrupt. Is it part of that? Because that was one of his questions. Because one of the things again here is people are asking, when it comes to Sierra Leone issues, people are able to just based on, for example, their tribes or region. Because again, as when the guest was talking, that was Iskandar was saying, oh, he's part of the C4C and also Sierra Leone. I felt happy because honestly, we need to put Sierra Leone first, because without the Commodore and all what we're doing, it's going to be for nothing. Because Sierra Leone, no matter what political party that is going to rule, will have to be from Sierra Leone. And if we don't love Sierra Leone, there's nothing good we're going to do. Because also when he says like one political party will not rule Sierra Leone, that's the truth. It always have to be a coalition. We just need to accept it. And with this administration, we all know they have literally abused the constitution, because I don't know about, it was 2 weeks ago, I was telling you, apparently a poster came out for Madabio requesting for re-election. That's illegal. He's not supposed to do that. But because he has already bought the judiciary, there's nothing anyone can say. Because for me, one thing I said, people should take it down. But whoever want to stand for presidency come 2023, they also should produce flyers up and put it next to it. Because for me, if this man is abusing our constitution and people just look at it and turn their heads, he thinks it's normal. But if somebody else does it and they be like, oh, what I've done is wrong because this should not happen, then they will stop. But because people say, so let it be tomorrow, this is why they're doing it. Because again, at the beginning, you play an audio from Asita when they were in that Binti Money. It's only when SLPP is in governance, we have Binti Money 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. They keep bringing up because they are the ones that will commit the crime, says they have remorse, but they are the ones that are doing the worst. Because you can't say you are sorry and you do worse than what it's there. So with this administration, what I would advise Sierra Leoneans, people that love Sierra Leone, we should not just come and discourse about it. We should take the bold step by coming and because these same administrations have called oppositions terrorists. That's illegal. That's a strong word for you to use to anyone. We all know when you are involved in terrorism, what happened. But with this administration, they are getting away with murder, real murder, everything else, they are getting away with it. And we should put a stop to it. We should totally put a stop to it. Because at the end of the day, as we need justice, we need to stand for the justice. If, for example, Fisher is not able to give it to us, we need to find the cow. Because if the fish is not available from Bunt, we find a cow from the cow yard. And then we put it there because this is getting out of hands. Let's be honest, things are getting out of hands.
Thank you very much, Sid Bonita. One thing we know about this gentleman we do with we are so in what they call Waskale, where a lot of people they call Waskale. I remember I share a platform like a forum together with her. We all depend discussion with a lot of people in a platform, a forum what they call FSL, Forward Sierra Leone. And inside we discuss, we understand say this Salone at the time there was a case going on in courts. He was there and he made a comment. Immediately we make the comments. Somebody I think say the judge be asked and say for he revert back and make an apologies for that and taking words back. I think for some reason he not being one for doing. So they mean chuck him in for a few hours or something like that. We did inside our forum, we all they try for do something, for try for let them release them and all of that. We all the writes and send messages them. Eventually it was released and everything moved back, into normal. So this is one of the people that we stand for Sierra Leone. We stand for correctness and stuff like that. So I don't have much doubt in him. What he do, obviously, for in country, he fights. He has the right to do that from whatever angle they come up from. But we know, according to what in ABS just now, we all know say we all go for the inside the same pot. We all go for inside the same pot at the end of the day because it's about Sierra Leone. And for remove this government in power with it right now, the only political party we get the clouds right now, the population, the backing of the people of Sierra Leone and the APC. Like he talks just now, we get these two political parties, APC and SLPP, will try for gain hegemony in the country. Yes, we get the same traditional parties in UK and America. We get the Democrats and the Republicans in America. We get UK, we get the Labour, we get the Conservative. These are the traditional parties then. We can never do without them. We look for the lesser evil, we move with them. So this is how APC is going to come back into power 2023 with the support of all other opposition political parties. And we're glad for the consortium, the work they do so far. We acknowledge them, we recognize them, we're happy for them. And I believe for say the next governance no go be one way people like people from different other political parties no go be part of. So we recognize that and we feel saying that that's the direction where they go. So coming back to you, Mr. ABS, we understand within we lawyer don't say in terms of the government don't change the system. And this not the solution this mandate for offense to ABS. You understand? The judiciary we don't get problems. We need to look at them from the legal perspective now. So the judiciary, the laws in Sierra Leone, will give the president the power for appoint lawyers there, get a lot of influence over the decision making. We get courts in a case where they depend drag right now. We're not supposed for the drag up till now, just because the president appoints you for be the judge, and where you mara, it is sack you. We don't see changes of judges there inside this administration. About I think that the 4 we don't get to now. the first judge they wouldn't get now this administration. You know, so this tells you that that institution has been captured by the state. What are we going to do about them? ABS.
Thank you so much, Comrade Owankasu. I listen with keen interest where a senior comrade, we're legally minded, and for the record, me no legally minded. I did talk as a politician, and I did talk as somebody who gets a common sense. I think say for far too long, we did cry down the institutions of Sierra Leone as if there's nothing there we worthy for talk about. If you look at the institutional makeup of, let's say for instance, the justice system, it's not that ugly as we look at some. Mm-hmm. The problem we get is the country is very unlucky to get somebody like Madabio. Take for instance, Komorido and Kasu. Let's go back when people didn't come na power. The issue of the way they push the then Chief Justice to a retirement leave or what have you. Mm-hmm. And I'm glad comrade is currently they don't talk and this to say. The constitution make them very, very clear. And you know better than we would in at this platform right now, because it's legally minded. You understand? But the president, the current president, don't look there. Mm-hmm. They don't care whether the then Chief Justice it gets a secure tenure. They look at Ipulam. Mm-hmm. So this is the problem. So does that mean the institution not be there? Does that mean the constitution not be there? Of course, there are entrenched provisions in the constitution. We actually prohibit that. But Madabio went ahead, he suspended the constitution. That is one thing. Secondly, look, even the way they take with 10 MPs them out of the written court. And then I think it's kind of know about this. The Constitution section 78 to make them very, very clear, Komero and Kasu. If you come as MP, ABS now, so as a citizen, are not happy the way you've been elected, I get the right for petition. Petition is part of democracy. But the Constitution make them very, very clear. This section we are called 78 to say, if that case therefore go to court, for let the court go look into that petition, enough for exceed 4 months. Mm-hmm. The case can take over 1 year. Indeed. Before they make judgments. Well, so these are some of the things.
Good points where you raise there, so ABS. Good points where you raise what one capture, what one levy with me compatriot now, where you say Sierra Leone very unlucky for get a president like Madabio. I want to make Waskale answer that question there. Sierra Leone very lucky. Would you agree with that?
Yes. I agree with it in part. Let me tell you what I would say. I would say that Sierra Leone is unlucky not only to have Madabio, but almost every other leader that we have had post-independence, because they have failed to build on what the British left. Other countries have built. Singapore, we were on the same level with Singapore at independence. Singapore does not have diamonds. They don't have iron ore. They don't have gold. They don't have extensive fisheries. Well, they might be on par, because it's almost like an island, but they don't have a lot of what we, God bless we with. Mm. But what we have been leaders that have thought of themselves rather than of the country. Mm-hmm. And what we need is leadership that thinks outside of the box, leadership that thinks about what country can I bequeath to my children tomorrow, not what I can do to help my children today. Let me tell you something. My late father, may his soul rest in peace, was a member of the government of Joseph Saidu Momo. He was the Minister of Tourism. He was the only minister who, through every cabinet reshuffle, was not reshuffled to another ministry because he was doing so well. Because there was a time when the Ministry of Tourism supported the government financially from tourist dollars coming in. Mm-hmm. But one of my family members, close family members, went to my father and said, Uncle Abdul, there's a scholarship where I would like to let you help me with. Now, my papa said, well, you don't apply for the scholarship. He said, no, sir. So I would like to let you help me with. He said, no. He said, you go apply for the scholarship, just like every other person. He said, if I use my own influence and make you get the scholarship, then what do you go think about all the other people them will apply when I get possible like me for use the influence for do that. That is the thinking that I aspire to. That is the country that I want to look forward to. You understand? Because you see, what we have in Sierra Leone is people and leaders that think about themselves and their families rather than the country in general. You say we have had, it is imperative, let me put it this way, that all Sierra Leoneans come together to get these rascals out of government with immediate effect. Come 2024, all of us should rally together. The APC has to understand one thing though, that the APC must realize that it may not produce the next leader of Sierra Leone, but we need to support the next leader of Sierra Leone to further its agenda.
Repeat that again for us.
The APC has to realize that the next leader of Sierra Leone may not be APC, but it may need to support that leader with its numbers in order to realize the agenda of the APC. Listen, I was 10 years old in 1967 when I was APC. Now, granted, I'm in the flag na park, Victoria Park. Or they go listen to Pashekiwe, they talk. Or they go listen to S.I. Komasie Kamaratelo. That was my generation.
Okay.
Now, my generation begins sing APC Bakuramu Karamu Kakuma.
Okay.
You understand? So I grew up APC. I became disillusioned when I realized that the APC of 2007 was not the APC that I, as a grown man then, envisioned. I really wanted to see a Sierra Leone that rises above its poverty. Right now, my brother, in Sierra Leone, it is so difficult for the average family to eat. I ask questions like this. I say, why is it that we don't pay our nurses a livable wage, our doctors a livable wage? One of the cousins and a doctor, he said they earn $500 a month. I said, what? $500 a month? If you were a doctor in the United States, you would have $50,000 a month. And he's a surgeon.
Can you imagine?
I said, this is ridiculous. If I ever become president of the country, you know what the first things I'll do? I'll send a bill to Parliament. Parliament will either have to, either vote for a livable wage for all people that are employed in Sierra Leone, including a minimum wage, or they will not get their salaries for as long as they keep not voting on that. I'll tell you what will happen. They'll vote what I want.
It's a vote, yes.
Yes, if I tell you you're not going to get paid until you vote what I think should be in the interest of the people of Sierra Leone, trust me, they will vote what I want.
So that means the parliament will be independent then?
The parliament is not that independent. It's not that independent.
Yeah, but they have checks and balances, and they are semi-independent, have checks and balances.
The executive has a right to suggest what parliament should vote on. That is why the executive has a veto power.
They propose, they make proposals, and parliament has the power
you call it a proposal. I say they have a right to suggest. It's semantics. Right?
Anyway, we are talking about Sierra Leone. We are talking about Sierra Leone.
Yeah, all I'm saying, I know we're talking about Sierra Leone.
Yeah.
And that's the problem.
Yes, that's the problem. That's
the problem.
Yes.
The problem is we always have this lower expectation. Hey, oh man, this is Salone. No.
Indeed.
We have to think outside of the box.
Yeah.
You understand? Hey, oh man, this is Salone. One can do. Sierra Leone is the only country I know where somebody thief you property, you land. The bills day, then we are going to cut the judge give judgment. He said, well, okay, well, let the man pay you small money. want a land, all things don't let you get the land. Tell me, you take me property, then we're gonna can you gonna court for let the judge go give me the property back? You don't say, well, until the man don't build and I don't spend the money. What did that happen? That means that the judge, the system, they encourage thief man.
Absolutely. Yes.
Absolutely. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We need to change the thinking.
I want to come to Sweet Bonita quickly. Sweet Bonita, the audience that they listen and they watch, you where we big brother they say, APC may not have the next flag bearer, but APC should be prepared to support the next flag bearer or the next president of Sierra Leone. That is a very, very, very interesting assertion where I don't listen to this now. But anyway, come quickly, Sweet Bonita, tell me what's going to happen, and then we'll go into that.
Well, before I go, and I forgot, definitely the next president come 2023, because he made a mistake saying 2024. 2023 will be an APC year. We are ready to work with all oppositions, especially the consortium. So we don't have any issue with that. Remember, our learned friend, apparently he's C4C, but definitely C4C will not be there. So let's just go. We are going bareback. Because one of the viewers says, which is Delwyn Thomas, says, he agreed of us stripping the president of all his executive powers, because that's one of the reasons why they are being abused in every constitutions that we have. Because when people are supposed to vote, they said it has pleased His Excellency, blah, 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 to do this. So nobody else will come and say otherwise. So if we are to strip them, would they be able to listen to us? Because at the end of the day, they are not listening to the people. And they are there because the people have voted them in. And also we have here Daniel and other people, they're talking about seeing Shaka Stevens. So they are asking what happened to the Magais. Because during the Magais, wars that happened in Sierra Leone as well. So what's the way forward? But to be honest, really, Commodore and Cassie, we have to put Sierra Leone first. And I am with a conviction that 110%, 2023, it has to be an APC person in governance. But that is a person that we need to have the Sierra Leone at heart. Because if we don't, the disaster that this administration have caused will be 10 times worse. Because if you look at this administration, Commodore Wankaso, they've been in governance 4 years. They have done worse than the previous administration that was there for 10 years. So for me, they have no way, and people should not even encourage the conversation, because I had some birds flying about, or they want people to give them a second chance. I don't think they even deserve the 1 year left to be in governance. But based on some of us are more, how would I say, we love the country, we don't want any issues, so we'll allow them to go the process of this 1 year, the end of it. But they are not even supposed to be in governance, because they have not done anything that the people of Sierra Leone should be happy about to say, oh yes, we want them to stay here. They haven't. They haven't, absolutely. And them staying there for any more, because the worst that they are doing is the conviction that they know they will not be coming. Because one of the viewers was asking, oh, this is one of the reasons why they have removed the death penalty. But we are still hearing where they are sentencing people to death in court. So for me, I was asking, is it one rule for another and the other one for another? For example, we had this education scandals. We saw what they did to our teachers. Now ministers, IG are being part of the same qualification scandals, and they said, oh, they should resign quietly and For me, it's wrong. One rule for one and then the other one for another. And we should stop all of this. We should stop it. Yeah. If you commit a crime, you need to pay for it religiously. The same way you committed religiously, you pay for it religiously. If this is why Mother has removed death penalty, well, he will stay in prison till he get old, all the teeth comes out. We will not kill him, but he will stay. And everybody that has committed a crime in Sierra Leone will go to jail in Sierra Leone. We will not allow you to go to jail anywhere else. You committed a crime here, you suffer it here. It's as simple as ABC.
Thank you very much, Sweet Bonita. Thanks for coming in with this. The time right now just 6 minutes past 7 o'clock na Freetown, Sierra Leone. And of course, I believe say na 12 o'clock-ish around California time, also we compatriots Big Brother Day. UK na 6 minutes past 8 o'clock. Mr. ABS, you don't listen to the deliberation. I also you yari we senior brother tell we say APC may not make the next presidency. In new words, but however, APC should be ready to support whoever emerge as the next flag bearer or the next president of Sierra Leone in 2024. I don't know why he used 2024. Maybe you know more than we, because as a leader, an interim leader of a political party, and no one go delve into it properly, but waiting your own reaction to this very first thing we talk so.
By the way, that was a misspeak. I meant 2023. Thank you very much, Mr.
Okay,
Bonita.
fantastic. No problem. So I don't want going back into asking the questions, but the clarification is fine. With all what we see, so yeah, Mr. ABS, we see a lot of judges and they get plenty money. We probably do not deserve. We get other institutions in the country where they get paid for 9 months. Some of them they get paid. The nurses, them, the teachers, them, other people, them within a very, very key institution in the country, they get paid. We don't see when they don't sack a lot of people them from the private sectors, them. We don't see a lot of businesses, then they close down. We don't see where the governments, they sell certain institutions, them bring them the own. We now the UNICEF get now for can take over like the SAL card within they go through right now. All of that, even up to today, we see. We understand, say, according to the African Express, that the petroleum people them they pay money now hands of our guards them account. Public money in the pay and hands of our guards account. That evidence everything there. We don't see all of this. Now, we senior brother until we say APC may not make this. I want to link this talk where it talks so with what did happen with Samoa in case with the courts right now, because Samoa are the leading aspirants for this APC flag bearership, and they don't put on a court right now. So far, the case don't drag to points which I will not even see any evidence of Samoa being involved. There are names, prominent names that we don't call. People like Ali Kabaz, other prominent names that we inside the SLPP, we they run as ministers right now. They're not going to come inside this case. But yet, Samoa they attend case every day, attend court every day. How you want to link this with waiting with senior brother don't talk so?
Thank you so much, Comrade Wankasu. First of all, just follow we do justice to the viewers them in terms of the topic we get when state capture of the judiciary. Before I come to your question, I just want to flag a very important data where statistics where is very, very important. And this we get an institution America when they call World Justice Projects. So these are people where they sit down and look at how justice is being dispensed in various countries across the world. The last one where they be do 2021, where at the 14th of October 9, that report they come out. And then one of the things they look through across 139 countries them across the world. So them try to give an index system as to how they feel say them country they do in terms of the way they for dispense justice. So 2021, the report for Sierra Leone was actually a very great milestone, and as per the data, you can check it up on the internet. Just go World Justice Project, put 2021, and you see all these things they come up. So what did I say about Sierra Leone? And let's say out of the 139 countries, Sierra Leone come 108.
Wow.
So that's it. Yes, 108. But they're not pushing every day. And in the subcontinent, which is sub-Saharan Africa, Sierra Leone comes 17 out of 33 countries. So we're not doing well. And then not stop they even talk say and say this. I say this a call for wake up call. And then when they look at also whether Sierra Leone be actually keep the trend, or whether there was a downward trend or an upward trend, or they just maintain a constant, it will be find out for if you check it up, you find out say Sierra Leone come down at 1.5%. So we drop. Instead of whether we maintain what we get, the position we get in terms of the dispersed justice, we go down the slope, like anybody really play a snake and ladder, the snake bets we will come down. So this all NCR they happen on the matter bill. So this is really a very, very important thing. And just one case, like when you talk about the Chief Justice, the money when they pay him for rent allowance, this is a whopping 176 million leons. Can you imagine? That's not in salary. That's not in other benefits them.
The rents no more.
These are just rents. 176 million leons. So tell me if the overriding motive there is not for state capture agenda. You give the man, you look at GDP in Sierra Leone, GDP per capita. Then maybe you take over 200,000-400,000 population, then GDP per capita, you put them together. Just forgive someone, not in salary. These are just rents.
And can you imagine? Then they take fuel, free fuel.
Exactly.
Close allowances them. Then they get all sorts of allowances them. Then they get per diem. They travel up and down the country, all over the world. They get the holidays them, plus them kankama, what they get on a monthly basis. It's terrible.
So I want to ask a very pertinent question with regards to what happened to Senior Comrade Samura Kamara. This I've been on talking for a very long time. It is an orchestrated plan. The Madabio government, the reason which make them can they even expand the institution. If you go state house, if you ever get a closeness to people in a state house and they tell you say, then get what they call a strategic desk. And these are people where we see the population don't know about this. All what's in there for the decode, what's in the happen in Sierra Leone and plan. It's a state capture agenda. We need to worry about this. It's a very, very serious thing. Because as somebody puts something at the forum that the chat line just say, they say your position, this is not on pull weights. And this is very, very important. Because you look at what's in the happen right now with Senior Comrade Samura Kamara, the case, the court where it is justice is Adrian Fisher. So you look at what Adrian Fisher don't actually the role where he don't play. And this is what they call the patronage or political clientelism, where they play the client-based politics. All of them are fighting because they want to remain in the system. So it's like everybody is pushing. What's I here for push? Then they are the justice system. Then they create this kind of scenario where they don't put the country almost to a tipping edge. So this is what they're doing. You see, same Adrian Fisher, when I be the government prosecutor. Forget Paulo Conte killed. They failed on that. They commodity it can UK. Then pull a UK. You go then say now you all what you did now for go after APC. So all the cases that were APC there right now, it didn't have this young man in court. Samura Kamara in case it didn't in court. Look at his young. I'm not legally minded, but I think say Iskandar Yanda go able for APC. From the time when they don't do final submission of this case, how many months? We're going to 5, 6, 7 months. And politics, you need time, strategy, and space for playing as a competitive political party. It's not this case. So this is the state capture agenda. When people there, they try for do a salary. I make it find out say for let the say forgive the Chief Justice 176 million. It's nothing for them because then you're in. Now for actually stay in the corridors of power at the expense of the people in Sierra Leone. So this is really what is happening. I make you find out somebody like a Justice Cham, then send them on the leave. Even the way EBC, the constitution it prohibits that. And I mean, one of the person for now at one castle will get for the front on the issue of say all the institutions them. Nothing. The constitution is not perfect. But all of them lost their ass when they transgress, then it's a plain English. Anybody, you don't need for be a legal Puritan for actually explain what's in the constitution talk. It's a very simple thing.
ABS.
You understand?
ABS,
Yeah.
you say something today where I really capture and where they go a long way into this discussion. We talk about the unlucky way Salone unlucky for have people like Madabiu for who we country now. Even though we constitution what we get, we're not a perfect constitution, but at least we able to get past governments them. One Mr. Kabanyon and former President Kumanyon, we manage for 1-1. You understand, without having to see which we the see so today. We say if we look at them realistically, it's like we don't go 20 to 30 years backwards in terms of the way how then government actually run with people in Sierra Leone. And one thing where the government very, very keen of right now, when they come to power, that the international PR system. Then they lego a lot of money that the international community, that the international space for letting media to talk about them. All them MCC institutions they also for letting them talk good about them. Then get the strategic people all on put there. And now when they get them reports the way they come, then statistics the way they come, and that they block it. They don't care how the people in the field that they go on. But this is 2022, coming now to the close of the term in office. I want to come to Waskale. May tell we, with all this PR system where this government they do, we still get institutions and just like where ABS don't say just now, that the report all they get, even on the side of the judiciary, we get the government they drop into very, very poor figures from outside the past two governments we don't build them up to. But today, even though they're spending so much money for the international PR, they're losing the game. They're losing the plot.
Thank you for letting me chime in. You see, no government needs a propaganda machine if it's doing right.
Right.
The only time a government needs a propaganda machine is when they do something right, where you need people for tweak and twist the truth or the true facts and reality. This government, now like where you go now stop or buy, what do you see now the show glass, not always the inside. You understand?
Yeah.
They say this government now talk and do. Me call them this government now talk and talk. Because they really not impress me. Neither they not impress quite a lot of people that like me. Look, Sierra Leone, now 7 million people, it's not difficult for change things around. You just forget a government way willing. I want to get you small back, go back to the issue of the judiciary.
Yeah.
I don't talk about the case of Kamarimba, the people of the state of Sierra Leone versus Kamarimba. When I talk about that, done, then I can't of Samoa Kamara and kids.
Okay.
The people, the thing where they go on with Kamarimba right now, that the same thing will be happen to Ali Kaba under APC. Where when I turn up and talk, Ali Kaba, not to my friend. Me, now being a prosecutor at the War Crimes Commission at the Special Court, I know the role where Ali Kaba play in the RUF and in the killing and wanton murder of the people of Sierra Leone. So when I go to court and talk, say, but what you want to do this man so is wrong, I was not talking for Ali Kaba, although he was the unintended beneficiary of what I said. I was talking for Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone. I've been tried to tell the government of Anescoma, say, hey, una watch out. Waiting they happen so not right. Because I talk that, then get one prosecutor we decide for let them lock me up and think say I go lost my dignity. But when they lock me up, you know what happened? 2 days before, I been not go down to Susan's Bay. They been get one side where they flood all the time. So I buy sand and cement, go let them go fix the place for them. When the chief now Susan's Bay, he said they arrest me. He get 76 people for what I go to court. For going to the court. That's the kind of impact you get on your country and you people them, where you get the people them at heart. Don't come to Samoa Kamara. This government, no, they do nothing for nothing. When you talk about state capture, let me tell you what they want to do. They want to take the strongest candidates on the APC side and destroy them through a fake legal system. You understand? A fake legal system. When you look through the documentation in this case, I tell you, brother, let me just show you something here so you can understand what I'm talking about. I have in my possession, in my office, you see this? You see this?
Yes.
You see this? I got bags of it. These are the witness statements in Samoa Kamara's case that I'm reviewing.
Okay.
Let me tell you.
The ongoing case right now?
In the case that's on right now.
Okay.
These are the witness statements in the case that's on right now.
So
let me tell you what's going on.
These are the witness evidences.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Let me just show you. You see this? Let me bring it to my conference room so you can see what I'm talking about. These are witness statements in Samoa Kamara case that was provided to me so I could take a look at it from a legal perspective. Let me tell you what's going on in this case. What this government is doing, and they think they are smart, but they are not. What they are doing is that they are trying to make weaken Samoa Kamara, thinking that if Samoa Kamara is weak, then APC will choose the next best person who probably they think might be Sam Sumana. APC would be stupid to choose Sam Sumana to lead that party. They will be totally stupid to do that. And if they do that, they will lose the election.
Never, never, never.
What they want to do, this government wants to do, is to hold Samoa Kamara liable for something that he did not do, for something where the evidence is clear that when the money came for the embassy or the consulate in New York, Ali Kamara ordered that the money be placed into his private bank account.
Indeed.
That's what the evidence says.
Yes.
That's what the evidence says.
Absolutely.
I say it.
Yes.
You understand?
Yeah.
I see?
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
This is what the evidence says. I have read through it like it's nothing. The problem is they are going to fail because there's no evidence that will convict Samoa Kamara under the circumstances from my perspective.
Okay. So
you understand? There's no evidence.
So,
but the evidence to convict the people under the SLPP is very strong. But again, as my sister Sweet Bonita says, there is a dual standard that exists here, where the people that are really culpable are not being prosecuted by the anti-corruption commissioner, because the corruption commissioner is a party activist, goes to party meetings, is not independent, and has absolutely not one iota of understanding as to how to prosecute a crime of corruption.
Okay, fantastic. Now, I want to bring ABS quickly before I come to Sweet Bonita. Sweet Bonita, bear me a minute. ABS, very, very important area we seen your brother on. South just now. Now, I look at in two areas. The Samura case, first of all, they on right now. The allegation also is government they try for drag Samura in case na court for so long that APC will give up on Samura, then they go look for the next best candidate where they go put as flag bearer. Then one, how long this case get for last for, and whether that get for happen for the APC give up on her. Secondly, is this Samura case a platform for make we get we board and also say APC may not make the next presidential candidates. So it's like they're capitalizing on the situation of APC by coming in with a candidate we go come take over Sierra Leone, and then APC should be prepared for support that candidate day for the betterment of Sierra Leone. Over to you, Mr. ABS.
Thank you so much, Comrade Wankasu. You know, this is a very sad situation where we find ourselves, basically. And with people and get seen the way they can talk and say, and get parable, they say that goat or the sheep we get for put now you back. Not allow let go inside Poto. And somebody, a chapter chairman, I know I'm for mentioning him, I followed the chat line just now. They say we are where we are because we fail to realize say opposition is part of governance in a democratic system. This is where we are. From without Castle, it's never too late. It's never too late. It's never too late.
Mm-hmm.
All eyes then Dina Sierra Leone.
Mm-hmm.
The problem we get right now, because when you run opposition based on what they call, say, diplomacy,
mm-hmm.
that is our problem, Wankasu. You know where ABS stand. I don't need to talk about this, and we're getting to that point. Then people, I would don't give them a field day for what they want for doing at the country. This is where we are. All of this the way happen, and I want to give you example. These are food for thoughts. So me compatriots and then me comrades and APC. So important and significant events the way happen at Sierra Leone. One, the Terweden people that still say they want for Moles and Escoma. The people of McKinney stood up very firmly and said, "We're not to take this. The power of the people is mightier than the bullets." That process was stopped. The aim there now for Moles and Escoma. Secondly, there was a day when they called Senior Comrade Samura Kamara na ACC. The plan was to keep him there over the weekend. And just for there, I just buttressed to with him his country Esquire talk. Say, they want for crippled, for weaken this man psychologically and make let other people them for let a culture of giving up, push within the Samura Kamara base. Some of his strong pillars they begin give up. This is the agenda of SNPP. We've seen it for a very long time. And we don't make this call to the APC say, you cannot be an armchair warrior or you dress in a white robe. You occupy certain position in the APC at this critical moment. Diplomacy will not work for us. Diplomacy will not work for us.
Okay.
And at the stage this Owen Castle, there was very recently people in talk say, because people they get a strategy. If they see say the people of Sierra Leone, then they against them, even up to the end. What if you look at the military set up in the country right now? They don't come, then pull all the senior militaries them with some we're not Konoman, we're not Susoman, we're not Kurankoman, we're not this, we're not Timini, then promote all them brothers them. There is this not orchestrated plan. So in case them people are in Salone tomorrow say, you know what? I don't know if we say they survive, because we know they survived 2023. Then push the military. Look at the trend where they happen at the West African sub-region. Look what is happening now we just step now Guinea. With all the sanction where the ECOWAS come and threatening and do all, nothing come out today. We have a military head of state like Guinea. So what they want to do, this is part of their plan. Within the diaspora, when they get intelligence, when they expose them, and want for everybody here, would they deny, keep it na the box, right on at the wall.
Okay.
So then find like a time where we say for and think Sierra Leone is a post-conflict nation. The international community, they watch me. If the system want descend into some kind of what you call, they may allow it. Well, there be a cool enough period without loss. Now the people of Sierra Leone. So the point I'm trying to say here right now, all what they surround Samura Kamara as a result of because we for put a force as a political as an opposition. And I want to give you one example from what SLPP do. Oh, in governance. When I remember the time where Lima, it was then the spokesperson when in opposition. It go make so much ranch na SLBC. So the fact that he go barging, he go make confusion there. He was arrested because what he do, it's time for go put chaos. What's in the then chairman do? He go to party office na SLPP. He call all the executive from there. They match kind of streets. Everybody join in. Because remember that scene where yes. Bogo sent it under the motoka na CID with Lima and put me on that waiting call because then and the Skoma believe in social, they believe in peace in the country. Because there's nothing a state can do if you don't get peace. He was right. So the point I'm trying to say here is why can't we use the same waiting call? Why can't we stand for what we believe in? Okay. There's too much square pegs in certain areas. You understand? Yeah. So this is I think that this we for think right now. We're coming up to a convention with them call. We need people where we say we're going to be very active people for take them people on. It's not going to be easy. You cannot sit down na your room. You know, say you're an executive member. We have 3,200 polling stations. You don't jump in for go protect your votes. That would be catastrophic for Sierra Leone. It would be catastrophic for the APC party. So my advice is all of them stay with unravel Komoro and Kasu with the Samura Kamara. It's very, very clear for sure. We say this is an orchestration. Them guys, they don't think about law. And there's a social contract between us and them. Okay. If you don't respect the law, there's a social contract. If you don't respect the law, why should we?
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. ABS. You don't put some very good point then also back again. Before I come to Waskale, I just want to make Sweet Bonita come in quickly. And then after Sweet Bonita, then Waskale can answer the question that also we what I don't raise just now. Sweet Bonita, over to you, darling.
Yeah, just before Waskale said the Samsumana is a no when it comes to APC. We all know where he stands. And secondly, this is the only administration that will see a judge will go to court every day, says he forgot the file. And if, let's say, for example, Samura don't turn up, they'll say, oh, they've made a verdict behind him. But we know the truth. Like, they don't have a file. For example, he has a file. Some of us have the file. We know where the whole case is. But it says they don't have those evidence, which we know it has nothing to do with Samura. But again, they can try to prolong the APC, but they will not succeed. Because as Comrade ABS was saying in his last statement, it has to be radicalized now. This thing of professionalism, let's just leave it, be civil. With this administration, civil or civility is not there. The people have become puggish. They were calling oppositions terrorists. They are the terrorists. And you know, when they say somebody is scared of their own shadow, that's what they are doing. They know what they are doing is not right, but they are just waiting for somebody else to come. This military coup, some of us have talked about it from inception of this administration, but they've done everything and nobody has moved. So they haven't found a way. They're waiting for the 11th hour. They will still not succeed. Okay. They will still not succeed. If they want, let them bring everybody from the south, southeast, south, north, south, east, west, bring them onto the military or the police. They will still stay there and they will leave governance. Fantastic. Sierra Leone is not going to be ruled again by military. No. we're gonna do things appropriately. And we knew when we had the junta, what happened. I'm sure people still refer to him as a junta government. That's how he behaved. He's a radical person. From campaign time, I said what I said, and I still stand by my words. I will not change it because I had to be sure and I know what I'm saying was true. And it did. The guy has proved me right.
Yeah.
Some people ask you, are you a soothsayer? I'm not a soothsayer. You can look at a man and know who he is. When it comes to Mada and all the people behind him, you know there's nothing good come out of it. This man that they're talking about, Ali Kaba, we all know where Ali Kaba stands when it comes to the issues that we have had in Sierra Leone. And this is the same with this administration. That tells you a lot. That tells you a lot. And he's not the only one. About 3 of them, they are comfortably working with these people. For me, it's wrong. And we should all stand together as Sierra Leoneans. Me, sometimes, I'm not even talking about opposition, talking about political party. I'm talking about Sierra Leone. Because if we don't put Sierra Leone first, we are not going to do nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Okay, thank you very much.
Comrade Nkasu, please, if they give me 30 seconds, I just want to say something here quickly, yeah?
Okay.
With regards to the we said, you know, this is very, very, very clear. Something happened where Fisher called the case in court. What he would do? He would take big tip. He go put Adebayo. He would do them for play them.
Mm-hmm.
My brother, me not do literature or people they do drama. That's so the Hollywood or the Bollywood or whatever. That's so in the act movie. That's also a movie for wasting time.
Yeah.
It won't buy time. That was a proper movie. I think say we don't go to the draw board as a political party. We know 2 once.
All right.
That's what I want to say.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. I think say as of now, from when we start this show up till now, we don't actually establish for say them people here since they kind of power, then get a plan, well orchestrated plan. Then get plan A. If you plan A fail, then go to plan B. If you plan B fail, then go to plan C. Then get them plans them. And we don't see them as Sierra Leoneans for 4 years. Then people here also don't use the institutions, key institutions in the country against the opposition parties in the country. Okay? For let them assert themselves properly, make them entrench themselves properly, and for let them continue for run Sierra Leone beyond 2023. Now, since we don't establish that these plans are all well orchestrated plans, Mr. ABS don't call for make we go back to the drawing board. Make we stop for being too diplomatic as political parties. Some people will say, well, we are a democratic party. If then people they flout the constitution, they circumvent the constitution, or make them get what they want, like where Waskali they say, you know, then from the time where they put the attorney general, the ACC boss was the wrong way they put them, they're not supposed for Dede. The parliament speaker not supposed for Dede, the IPC get the majority, and the way they remove all the 10 members of parliament. Now, they're not supposed to do that. All that one did is circumvent and use the influence. Sometimes they totally disregard the procedures and the clauses then at the constitution for making them get what they want. Let's say in a nutshell, these people have got away with murder many times over. ABS is calling for let we stop this diplomatic business. Sweet Bonita is calling for let we think Sierra Leone. Waskale, you are an interim leader of a political party in opposition. What do you call for as Sierra Leoneans for what we do after we don't see all of what in the happen? So this is 2022, for God's sake. Over to you.
I am calling when I want really change this government.
Yes.
When I'm really interested for change this government.
Oh yes, oh yes.
Then we need a political organization that is not only led by the APC, but is led by competent Sierra Leoneans. Let me tell you how you can cripple this government in 1 week.
Okay.
Every nurse working in every hospital in Sierra Leone to say we're not going to work for 1 week unless on our raise we pay.
Okay.
For our raise we pay, every nurse and every doctor go. I can guarantee you, say, inside that 1 week day, the country go there in such chaos in terms of the health sector that government will need to act.
Okay.
If every Okada driver, every Okada rider, Keke rider, say today, this 1 week, we're not anybody who want to go work, we're not going to car like Waka. But we're not carry nobody. Guess what? The government will sit up. What it is that we do not have the political willpower to organize. When APC was APC, back when APC was APC, APC was able to take SLPP out of power in 1967 due to the people like S.I. Kuruma, C.A. Kamara Taylor, Adsim Taylor, and all these people that organized the people against the SLPP. Let me tell you, you know, when my brother ABS say we get for go away from the diplomatic. So what I hear him saying is, oh, we get for begin to go stone them. No, because you went to go stone against somebody who get gone, you just stay in a position where they will just kill you for nothing. Now that happened in Tumbu. You understand? That's not what we do. You cripple the government by letting the people know that you can stay home in protest. That's a non-violent protest. If all transportation stay home, all nurses stay home, all well, police and military cannot protest. But if all essential services,
teachers,
stay home, nurses stay home. Let's just get a 2-week strike. I am going to tell you that in that 2 weeks, the government will sit up and say, let me talk. That would be the beginning of the downfall of this government.
I tell you what, you know, there was a meeting that went on about a few days ago in Bo, where all the teachers then, because I think say right now inside Guinea, even though the teachers in Guinea, they're well paid, they're better off than those in Sierra Leone. The teachers in Guinea say when school reopens, they will not attend. They need to go to school. They need to go for because they need better treatment, better conditions. Now the Sierra Leone teachers them now go for the whole meeting. Before then they converge together and information meets about them. But it's only I
don't post that video then on my Facebook page, bro.
Oh well.
You understand? Let me tell you something. I want to quickly go back to this issue of political organization. APC now the only party where now the party of the masses. You understand?
Yes.
Well, other than C4C now.
Okay. I hear that. APC
now the biggest party for organized the masses.
Yeah.
In 1977, when I was in 6th form in Sierra Leone, we, the students of Sierra Leone, organized the most massive protest against the government of Sierra Leone under Shaka Stevens. We almost brought the government down, and it was the first time in the history of West Africa that a revolution was about to be taking place in a country that was executed by students.
By students, yes.
By students.
We call for boss for be 5 cents.
Correct. Now, if you organize the people, so the man, not the kind of yours can kill you if you not in a treat the stone. When you nurse, everybody they call them a sicking. Every nurse in Sierra Leone, just I call in sick.
Yeah.
Guess what? If nobody know there for take care of the patient, guess what the government could do? Then go sit up.
Yeah.
You understand? That's not one. If nobody, all man will get transportation, say, I know they care, nobody go nowhere. You understand? When you go to a junction, transport no day for reach inside Freetown or Calbaton, transport no day for reach inside Freetown, or you come up Bo or Kenima, or McKinney or Potloko or Lunge transport, no, you go see where the government go listen to the people then.
Mhm.
The government not they listen to the people right now because the people they're not ready yet for organize, let the government listen to them.
Wow.
Now we talk about ABS talk about promotions in the military, I think.
Yes.
Let me tell you something. It is true. Most of the officers being promoted in the military right now are many people from the southeast. Now, any of you lived through 1967 election, and you don't know what to make them do this. I'll tell you what to make. When the APC won the 1967 election, the head of the army, Brigadier David Lansana, who was a Mende man, when he realized that the APC had lost, the SLPP had lost the election under Albert Mackay, he chose to make a coup. That was the first coup in Sierra Leone in 1967. Why? Because the intent of the coup was to make sure that the SLPP did not lose power. That is what these guys are doing. And you guys don't see that? It's so clear. Now, I disagree with ABS where say, if them people are not respect the law, they will not respect the law. If there are two sides to a debate,
yeah,
the one side is not respecting the law, the other side chooses not to respect the law, guess what we are going to have? It's a word that starts with a C. C-H-A-O-S, chaos.
Yeah.
You understand? That's not how you operate. If you want the government to listen to you, listen to me, what I'm telling you. Stay at home.
Yeah. Okay.
If everybody, listen, government not able to sack everybody.
Yeah.
You know that? If Ministry of Water and Power, Ministry of Education teaches them, the one that wouldn't New England, Ministry of Works, Ministry of Health, Ministry of Tourism, everybody say, we're going to go until things change. Guess what? Government has no other choice but to listen. And guess what? Government cannot sack everybody. And guess what? When you do the memorandum of understanding for come back to work, you tell us plainly, say, if we not sack anybody, we been decide for stay out and protest, then we go back to protest. You think they would want?
They would want.
They're not one.
So
they're not one because guess what? It is when the government is afraid of the power of the people, that's when you have a democracy.
I think say it don't come to that time there now where really and truly the people of Sierra Leone get to be very strategic in their responses and action against this government, for let this government know say yes, it's time for them to take the exit door. And it has to be a peaceful one because we are Sierra Leoneans, we don't want to see any war again. And this government very clearly know that Sierra Leoneans don't want to let war happen again in this country. And
it is this government that brought that war.
Thank you.
It is elements within this government that brought that war to Sierra Leone.
Thank you.
Must be clear. And every time people like me say these things, they say, oh, you are anti-Mende. No, I'm not. I'm pro-Sierra Leone.
Yes. I think say they're well aware of it, and they use the power of intimidation, they use the military, then they use the police force under their arms for, change local areas, they say strategic position, and they will don't take over. Now they use them for intimidates the ordinary people. Right now, the people in the sofa, and they're all pockets in the pan flop. ABS, we come to the close of this very important discussion. And I want few words them now from you answers and how we go forward. And we all don't agree, say, yes, this is a state capture. We all don't agree for say, yes, the SLPP party from when they come to power, then take them systematically for execute them plan, for make sure say, then cripple all opposition for let them continue for rule beyond 2023. They're not no intention for save Sierra Leone and the people of Sierra Leone. People of Sierra Leone, they suffer, they continue to suffer. The economy don't go down. They don't use all the institutions them for get at waiting they want. And the one that they're not able, they don't sack the Attorney General. Of course, some of them wouldn't sack. They put all kinds of things. Now the APC party, they try for let them put themselves together for make them get them flag bearer and then we move on as a political party. And they stifle that through the court system. by using the stooge where they get in the office for the gag with case them go long. So all of that has been established in this discussion, and we all sort of then at the same sheet right now with the acting C4C leader, who is also another opposition man. They're all a very strategic part of the country in a corner, where that's we get for look at for the next governance, which we get for as a political party, for make sure we peacefully come back into governance come 2023. ABS, in a short few words, for we wrap this up, waiting now your strategy after we don't establish what happen. So we don't know for say this now bonically business then go on for rule beyond 2023. Waiting now with strategy. This man don't tell we just now Waskale, they don't tell we say sitting protest is allowed and nobody need to go shoot you in your house if you decide to say I didn't go work. You talk about, let we forget about diplomacy. Let we come bonically, bantically. Let we make sure say we give them waiting and give we. Waiting at the final strategy we will use for make sure that the people are coming on power without having to go into a full-blown war.
Thank you so much, Comrade Wankasu. Let's just make few clarifications. ABS say APC need for go at the drawing board, and we need for depart from the path of diplomacy. That's what I said.
Yeah.
And I say that because I believe since the inception of this government, from where it starts, even the way they set up the commissions of inquiry, that flagrant violation of the constitution happened. And a legal mandate also, section 150 of the constitution, we talk about the rules of court committee. They know what's when they say the COIs are not be bounded by the rules of evidence. So this thing don't happen up to how we reach Nasu or Wankasu. So whether you agree or Iskandri Nasu disagree, the laws are not being applied in Sierra Leone. Simple. We're talking about this state capture because state capture is not about when you survive the laws. They know they work. Something where even where I will find out where are the kind of this thing called. I find out so then people also the current speaker na ECOWAS Parliament when a CD, he was the contact for let this company come we can take over the mining with the iron ore and what people are do. They don't bring this company at the country and because you will find out see them they operate over 1 year. In fact, African Mineral in London mining, the waiting don't pack. Now the bill number and loan ship they can Parliament don't know about this.
No, we go do we work and here that in action.
This is where we are. You understand? So for me, when I say let we come out from diplomacy, we look for another waiting court. I'm not talking about throwing stones. Okay. I know they talk about throwing stones. I want to we need, and in part of the main strategy where you ask me, I cannot go deep because it's not for public consumption.
Oh, fantastic. But you agree with so far waiting we brought that on saying so today?
For say what?
Let the doctors, let the nurses, let the teachers them do a sitting protest.
So Awankasu, here is a thing. And I'm glad the way it be say, anyway they talk so a live like a country where a day in the history book where them play a very great way called France and America collective action. Nothing they happen in terms of sitting down protest or everything if you don't get a leadership. Nothing they happen if people don't they organize that. It's not something where they happen out of the vacuum. And remember, Sierra Leone is a post-conflict nation. On Kasumi Day na the country, tell the war done. So people are very traumatized. When they tell they see wrong, then they get this flashback. It's not something to go happen. Now a political will. We need to forget politicians them with the team up before. The moment you politicians team up before, then get that leadership, nothing will happen. Everywhere around the world, collective action. It's always look at what happened the Arab Spring and other what's in. I know they say this thing happened in Sierra Leone, but even a sit-down protest, even from what you talk about Kobe College, and I want where they talk about 1967 or whatever, you get people who are politicians and where they're part of the organization. It not just happen out of the just say exclusively was a process where get for student no. It began political undertone where we see happen that moment today. So the point what we say here right now on Castle, before you talk about sit down, how can you organize even the state institution where the director and even the people who they employ, which say they are the middle cadre of the institution, all of them are SLPP. Who is going to would I be able to make the arrangement there? So the state capture don't take place already. The thing now we earn, for say they get the nurse system. These are people, the senior staff nurse system, all them people there, so they don't sack everybody, then put them people them. Then they give them money. How would you inspire people for them to sit down where people for make this decision? Now just the one when at the lower end of this of the structure of that decision, now they're not ordinary people. But all the other people they're okay. So how can you call a sit down? It will not happen. You need a political solution to this.
Okay, you know what? I feel say by the end of this conversation, we will come very close to. We're going to find a lasting solution to all of these issues that we don't raise at the beginning. But it look like waiting ABS don't come bring so really, truly, it make a lot of sense in that, because we start with state capture, we are ending it with state capture. There are cases still in courts where they don't even look at. Let's don't forget the elections of 2018. That petition they still did at courts. They not even touch her. They get a dust at the shelves of the courts as we sit here. And Sweet Bonita, please come in shortly, and then we will let Fangi with senior compatriots. Let you wrap them up for we.
We need a Martin Luther King that the process will inspire people. That's what we need.
He is one of them. He is one of them.
Like
Sweet Bonita, come in quickly on this.
Yeah, to be honest, what Comrade ABS was saying, I am going to agree with him 110%. These people don't follow rules. And sometimes they said, you need to hit the metal when it's hot. That's when it can lay it down properly. Because I remember our senior commander was saying apparently, the police and the soldier will not be on protest. Why would the doctors and nurses do the same? Because again, as we've said, for them to say, if you sack this person, this is going to be, with this administration, they will not listen. They will absolutely not listen. Even if everybody leaves, they don't care because they know they will leave. The only solution I know we have for them, 2023, they leave governance. And whoever that has committed crimes against humanity, they pay for it. Everybody should be called to the book. That's as simple as ABC. And everybody that they've employed illegally, forcefully, will have to refund that money. They have to refund those money. So let them start singing, because we've also seen that some of them have started transporting their children out of the country, which we knew that's what they would do. So now, the ones that will hold, they will pay. If they send their kids abroad, we'll catch them there too and bring them home. If your father's crime is your own crime, all of them should suffer from it. North, south, east, west, if you have committed a crime, you come and pay. Because it's only with this administration, like they said, this person is APC, okay, you can go to court and answer questions. That person is not. No, they are fine. There's nothing wrong with them. They are okay. It doesn't work. You don't select justice. Everybody deserve it. Everybody, you don't choose. So with them, when they return after governance, they have to pay the consequences. Their children that we have their passport and everything, we'll know where they've gone. We know their visas that they've requested. We'll bring them back. Nobody will go for political asylum. I've been saying this when they refuse to pay our ambassadors. I told them those ambassadors will end up asking for political asylum because you refuse to pay them. You refuse to buy what they're supposed to take to go back to Sierra Leone. So with them, they will have to pay. None of this administration will commit or will ask for political asylum. They will not agree, Comrade Wankasu. They'll have to pay for it.
Thank you very much for your submission, Sweet Bonita. Thank you very much, everyone. I just want to do a last video, then we get to Waskali for coming and do the final wrap up for we. I'll just share this video with you quickly. We Marcela Samba.
Yesterday, I see the members, the judges, the parliament, they see all the drama where they happen. I think this fit parliamentary drama, they don't surpass any other thing. The judges there before do. Pardon? What did the judges there for we do? Now, not to inside in the action. The action is about addressing repeated impunity. People they not feel aggrieved in our society. Yes, this is a political problem, but there are underlying justice issues. Let's tell you, I don't follow underlying justice issue like which one? That's my waiting. If I'm not able to communicate my train of thought, you interject, I will not communicate to the people. And today I want to use this platform for reach the highest authority in the land. I want His Excellency to hear it. Then they say, my big strive for let them rule in favor of them and throw in a case. You know, most political cases in our courts. You know, most cases from the election in our courts. Not to just the political big guns, they know more. You know, most women then they violating the election. You know, most cases not come off from the police station and transcend in the corridors of the courts. I am talking about something very fundamental. This law enforcement and justice system, a serious problem. You know, there's no need for wait for a push for the side. Let me tell you, I spent the longest time this year in Nigeria during the elections. Nigeria is one of the most complex society, but one of the strong things we promote them, even though they were so challenged to the extent of moving the election day. But one strong thing we promote, the respect for the judiciary. Then people get over 600 in case in court. And the judiciary, they make so much effort for take decision on them matter today. Even in a situation where the federal court and the superior court, they get issue. The federal court, they rule one. The superior court, they rule another. Still, the people, they respect the procedure where they come on at the superior court. But unfortunately, our real case, the judiciary, I don't know what's in they wait for. What's in they hold their hand where impunity, they continue so in this country. Let's tell you, there will be no peace if justice is not done. All right, continue for the between the program. Marcela Samba, head of campaign for good governance. 8:16 at the time for most 2 o'clock. We'll go for the short break.
Okay.
No peace without justice.
Comrades, now the video this what they wrap up with on this on this discussion. Now we project coordinator on this APC branch, Comrade ABS, talk about a political will, and it talk about leadership. And all the protests that we don't get, we successful. Back in 1967, 1977 protests, then successful because there was leadership. And even in the wrongs of politics, people within the political system, they agree with the system, with the boys them, with the students them for say, yes, it's about time when I come out and do what I go for do. We said this with the support from the background. It happened, it's successful. It make the government, put the government on their toes. Now, in our own case, now, yeah, we don't go through a 10 years, 11 years war, bloody civil war with Africa, one of the bloodiest wars in Africa, happened inside the 90s, 1991 to 2002. We see the atrocities will take place. Sierra Leoneans get the one they fresh na the memory. And we see a transition to democracy after the war. 10 years or thereabouts for President Kaba, another full 10 years or 11 years for President Nkrumah. We see the country they go into the trajectory of development. We were talking about development, how much development we want, how much we want for build economy. We were talking about growing the economy. All of a sudden, we get the one them when I be the perpetrators of the war, the one that when are the main, protagonists of the war. They can assume governance through the ballot box. Now they don't can sit down. They use all the strategies the way they at the surface of the earth for entrench themselves, make them stay in power. Now we are looking at a leadership we go able for move the people of Sierra Leone. We're looking of that political will. We go move the people of Sierra Leone for make them tell this government for say enough is enough. The time don't reach for Salone, take the exit. But we don't want bloodshed. You are one of the leaders, Mr. Iskandri. You are one of the leaders of a political party. Waiting ABS just say just now make a lot of sense to this platform and to the viewers. What do you say as a leader of this political party for make we come back to power? Your final word, sir.
So when I disagree with what the ABS say, in part, and I agree with what he say, in part.
Okay.
Let me explain myself.
Okay.
ABS say we need leadership. At home, every movement needs a leadership. He said we need a Martin Luther King. I disagree. I say we need a Malcolm X by any means necessary.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
But when ABS say, well, most of the organizations, the nursing organizations, now the people them, now SLP people them don't capture that. So how would the masses be able to act up? Let me tell you something. I am a student of history. When the French Revolution happened, it was not the oppressive class that started the revolution. It was the hoi polloi like me and you. In 1977, it was not the government ministers that started the revolution. It was students like me and you that took to the streets and said, no college, no school. And got Pashaki, the president of Sierra Leone, to sit with students and say, let's resolve this situation. Now, I was at Connaught Hospital one of these times when I go to Sierra Leone, and I asked one of the senior staffing people, I asked them, I says, let me ask you this question. I says, do you guys understand the power?
Okay,
yeah.
Go ahead.
Do you understand the power that you hold? The power that you hold? It's simple. The management of the nurses or the nurses themselves, Uswan Boku in numbers.
The nurses them.
But good. Politics is there. Game of numbers.
Numbers.
So if the nurses they say, then they go on strike, management's not able to stop them. But yes, I agree with my brother ABS that then within the group of nurses, they need a leader. But if they don't have one, then me and you should volunteer to lead. If you're recruiting me, tell me right now so I can jump on the next flight.
Okay.
You see the smile on my face. In closure, I say this. Sierra Leone does not need a ruler, R-U-L-E-R. We need a leader, L-E-A-D-E-R. There's a difference between the two because rulers can be autocratic. Leaders lead from within the people. You understand? What we need is someone that cares about the people. Cares about the people. One time, I was driving from Port Loko, which is one of my favorite places to visit. Why? Because I went to school there. And I come over from Robake Loko, the country town. Now meet accident now go in. You understand? The driver, the guy, I can't help him. Because we're not able to pick up the tanker truck. For a police boy in aid under the tanker where the weight of the tanker depend on. My brother, when I left that scene, I was in tears. I kept asking myself, yeah, Allah, what you country do for deserve this? America, where are they? If an accident happened 100 miles from the closest city, when it's radioed out that there's an accident 100 miles from the closest city, If the highway patrol can get in there within 10 minutes, there will be a helicopter that will be there within 10 minutes. Ambulances will be there within 25, 30 minutes. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're in a country where from Masaka to Kalmaton, we don't get one fire station, we don't get one ambulance station. Yet still during Ebola, we get hundreds of ambulances when they say, go Salone. Ask yourself the question, what happened today? Hundreds of ambulances they're not there. When my mother died, I started something in Waterloo village, when I'm in my village. I started the Good Ebuiskandri Wellness Foundation, where we go from little towns them, we get people them and measure them blood pressure, check them blood sugar, check their heart rate, just to give them an idea of waiting na the health condition. Brother, you not go believe, say, there was 3 people. One man came to my place and they checked him, his blood pressure was so high. The nurses told him, you have to go see a doctor now. From we us, Nawatalo, straight to the hospital. He died within 3 days.
Oh my God.
You understand? He died within 3 days. We need to get leadership because of when I started doing that. You know what the government did? Because this government, they're smart and they palamakata. They bought a bus from China. And then they inaugurated this program in York Village, where the bus, they go from village to village for get people them health condition together, blood pressure, they give them doctors, they give them nurses. It started off as a small idea that me and my C4C team created. Now, the government don't file a makatara. Now, somebody tell me, say, and it was you, he said C4C is holding on to Kono. I want to tell you that C4C is not only holding on to Kono. We are going to take over Freetown and the Western area. We're going to take over Waterloo. We're going to take over the whole Western Urban. We're going to take over parts of Koya. We're going to take over Koribondo. We're going to take over Waterloo. Mark my word. Because when C4C comes, we're going to come like a wave. You don't even understand. 90% of C4C was APC. And we know how the politics work. Don't you understand it? C4C, we stand for Sierra Leone. APC, when one can join me, man, there one.
You know what?
Please welcome home. C4C is welcome home, but APC will not join C4C. That's for sure.
You know what?
Well, Alhamdulillah. If APC does not choose to join C4C, that's okay. But I know that going into the next election, there's only going to be one goal for any political party in Sierra Leone. That is to kick SLPP and Madabio out of power. Now, how we do it? We're going to start figuring out how we're going to do it. And if we're going to do it and say, oh, well, now we're not the big brother, we APC, and now we for the lead. No, the leadership will come from a coalition of us. If it doesn't come from a coalition of us, we're going to fail. And the goal that we have is to kick these rascals out because these guys are no good for Sierra Leone. And it was a mistake that we got them in. And I have to blame those people that supported this broke man. When the council alone and give money for sensitize. Una ask Anes. How this man they pay rent na what do they call him? Una ask outside the money will come out. Now from APC, guess what? I get one story for you. One man in there, if he gets snake, he do good to his snake, he do good to his snake all the time. Then one day the snake wrap around the neck ready for kill him. He tell the snake, he say, all the good work they do for you, you want for kill me? Now I say, yeah, I not be asking for do the good for me. When Madam, you go on television, what do you say? When I ask her if you're at a school, Madam, what do you say? He said, who not to pay you? But guess who have been pay rent? Ask. Mama content, we don't die. Let me more content.
Yeah.
Now they pay rent on behalf of APC. What do they see so? Now the good way APC do. Like I turn against them. So you understand? You're lucky.
Okay. You know what? I want to say on behalf of these online TV platform, the APP online TV platform. Yes,
Please.
you come. I want to say thank you very much on behalf of this platform for the time you take for come that this platform can talk to me. We hope that's how we will all look at for remove SLPP from power come 2023. That side of the look, we all get forget that agreement. We don't go begin to negotiate power right now until we win first. Then we'll go sit down later and negotiate the power. So the bottom line is, so we are all aiming to remove these people from power, and I believe it will happen. On behalf of the platform, I want to tell you a lot of thank you for the time we take, and hopefully we will try to get you back inside this platform very soon for can talk to you more about the strategies then as opposition for come in power 2023. Then they will not come, then they will separate stuff we go for can talk on that. We're not going to even mention about Madabio. Our strategy now, how we they give for negotiate, put hands together as opposition party for win the next election. So I want to give the honors to ABS for doing your final few words, as we don't chop 17 minutes already into the time. You know, the technical team and watch the time right now. So ABS, over to you, please, quickly.
Thank you so much, Comrade Kasu. For the record, I just want to make a clarification on the payments of rents for Madabio, where he say the past member concert of blessed memories. You know, people away no more concert, and I want to stay there in record, and I think say as a very strong position for say this because I was very close to him. Mama concert nobody just do good to Bio across the board. Mama concert everybody. Okay. You understand? And I just want to say this for anybody near President Bio, let you know, say when Momo Conte be America, it do in business. President Julius Maada Bio go America. Momo Conte play a great role na current president in life. And even to a point when he was wanted by the system in America, he know the president, if he's listening, he knows what Momo Conte do.
ABS, I am also one of Momo Conte's lawyers, by the way. It is a very close body of mine.
Thank you very much. So you know how generous the late man was. This is a man, before he died, and when we be in our position, I know beaucoup people them. I know beaucoup people them. I know how to call and name them, and in the current government, then at least they do not go pull them. But Bio himself, you know, he be in America, senior comrade. You know how Momo Conte do. When Madabio go do what you call a woman battery in America, including all the time for help with the system you look after, look
domestic violence.
Thank you very much. Even they stranded, so that's how Momo Conte was generous to him. You understand? So I think say now that make when I see them one day, I see President Julius Madabio send people and Momo Conte in my mind who's after the man on die or go to where them in the streets. Hey life, but that's how it is. I know I see no comrade they come up say yes. If you don't play with Boma, he can't later eat you picking and also you they blame him. But really, the generosity of the APC there, you know APC person. I mean, I feel comfortable to you. I know say the acting C4C chairman because who say go now who send you? But go bring C4C back na APC. You are there on a mission. They don't know.
I love it. That's it.
My brother seated there when I will talk. Comrade Kasu will talk. It's there for it's on a mission for bring them come home.
Yes.
Very soon. So not just stop there. You understand?
Thank you.
Will come back the power?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Comrade ABS. Of course, you know one of we not get enough thank you for telling you for the role they play from the background up to the level of the platform and stuff like that. You know, and of course, thank you again to you, the great Waskale Aliyu Iskandri, the attorney of justice, the justice system. Also to me co-host Sweet Bonita. Sweet Bonita, I give you honors, man, for giving me last few words. Just last few words to wrap up now. Last few words to you. Oh, you don't go off. Okay, let's just share this and let me say goodbye to everybody. Let's just, are you there? Okay. All right, she's gone. All right. Not to this ones. Anyway. Yes. Okay, the time now at 20 minutes past 9 o'clock at the UK and 20 minutes past 8 o'clock Sierra Leone. And of course, I'm not even sure, I think it's about 1 o'clock right now in USA, California. So we want to say thank you on behalf of this platform, the APC Online TV. We want to say thank you to all the people that will participate inside this program. The one that we know the viewers them, we make them contributions them inside this platform. We want to say thank you to them. And next week again, we will come back live inside this platform for bringing out with a very important topic again. And of course, the same time, 6 o'clock Salone time, 7 o'clock UK time. So with me, Comrade Owan Kasu, I want to say thank you and bye-bye. Sweet Bonita, are you okay? Eh? Okay.
Well, you want to right from the horse's mouth? This is 2018 now, get the biggest viral. This one also COVID-19, no? This one a COVID-19. You see, this president, he tell me something. He say, where he come on, go okay for we. He on a force like he they bring that to we. Wait see the Bulona in the take it promise. Mother, you bring set now fighting to so we. Where they like the is so fast to go good. Who not be fixed, you they play with God in. Every day that's a bully, they waste we money. Mother, gonna. Waka waka, oh, you na it's a soldier. Mother, gonna. From you can have power, na Allah. We know you na rebel. We know you na junta. We know you na killer. We know you na killer. We know you na rebel. We know you na junta. We know you na killer. We know you na shine. Mother, you don't turn mumu with it from a corner. You let it out and we don't ever be far. If it's a cat, take power, you and my make you on Chigi Jaga. Tambo, Mother, you don't try. So, Operation Souls continue at this land. The Mother, you don't try. And when you look at the them, they say that they big. Sabala, Babeki, then say that they big. But them big talk, yeah, so all na fake. Now the country money, so them busy, they take. They am a, who they tell for Kapu, they now. They am a, who they tell me Kapu. They am a, who don't tell me they promises. They am a, it's a lie. They am a, the PC, we they give up for them. Salone, they give up for you. Salone, they share. Kona. Waka, oh, you na it's a soldier. Kona. From you can have power, na Allah. We know you na rebel. We know you na junta. We know you na killer. We know you na killer. We know you na rebel. We know you na junta. We know you na killer. We know you na killer. People let the cry with sang in this land. Rather you see them fly. People let the die with sang in this land. Rather you.